Right. Enjoy 3 minutes of a monkey on piano while I get dressed for the occasion.
Charge your cheer.
Oh, jeez. We have no tunes. Excellent. All right. Commence orientation. It's no longer the first things first. It's like second. First thing, monkey playing piano. Second thing, orientation. Okay. A little to the left. That'll do. That'll go. That'll go. How are we all? We well? All two of us? Printer and a lurker. Oh, Christ. Constantly feel like I'm sitting on my balls. My big ginger balls! Ugh. A moment. Let's say scrape off yesterday's goo. Let me see. Okay. Right. Brother Demon Hunter Beru, welcome. Right, new tunes. Tobias's Plight. Excellent. Excellent. I wasn't aware you had a plight, Tobias. Was it being welded to the gong? Like Prometheus, you are fastened in place. Cursed. Do the same thing every day.
Tobias was a raven, black as chimney soot, feathers swallowing daylight wherever they were put. Guardian of the gong of truth, hammered bronze and cryptic, but the kingdom has a problem, of which they were in the thicket. He'd stand there dramatic in a ceremonial fog. The gong rang clear against the tapping of clogs, a tapping, a clanking, a popping. What the frick is that? Damn bird's got crickets.
Let me see.
Midnight plumage, posture strong, spirit willing, femurs wrong. You can intimidate with a baritone song, but bone density doesn't play along.
Ricket.
Little bird with a brittle little limit. Rickets, the guardian
Oh,
of the
hilarious.
throne, valiant and stoic, but his skeleton's deeply calcium.
Oh, poor Tobias. Riddled with rickets he is.
He said, "This is fixable. I'm a bird of solutions."
You go from like
Both legs
here.
clear tape like a hardware revolution. Layer after layer, glossy plastic prosthetic. Sunlight reflected clearly that his legs were dysgenic. Stood up proud, said structure restored.
Yeah, put him like here.
Collapsed like a board IKEA shelf with existential doubt. Tape can't negotiate osteoporosis. Rigidity purchase style 14. Confidence allowed. Tibias lean. You can mummify a crow till he looks ceramic. The bones still whisper systemic. Rickets, bendy little bird with a brittle little limit. Rickets, the guardian of the gong, valiant and stoic, but his skeleton's deeply calcium phobic. Two-part epoxy, mixed like a potion, sticky as ambition, twice the devotion. Tobias whispered, "This will hold me together." Bones may crumble, but he stood tall, tarred and feathered. He poured it slow, both legs and face, stuck like a statue, bizarrely laced. Temple in blue, he didn't sway. Epoxy cured, he was here to stay. A crow passed by and gave a judgmental stare. Look at that raven, he'll never catch air. 3 days later, Tobias still proud, a rigid Oxford and oddly endowed. Rickets, bendy little bird with a brittle little
This fucking slaps.
Rickets, the guardian of the gong, valiant and stoic, but his skeleton's deeply calcium phobic.
I'm playing that immediately again the second it's finished, like, because I didn't catch like all the lyrics and shit. Like, it's fucking so funny. So fucking funny. That, like, that's one of my new favorite tunes. Like, fucking hell, that's gas. So it is now painting goo lore that Tobias has rickets. Oh, I love it. fuck me, that's funny. Oh, I forgot to descend into proper painting posture. Where's my thingy? Where's the thingy? There we go. Oh, 2-row! 2-row! There we go.
Tobias was arrayed in blackest chimney suit, feather swallowing daylight wherever they were put. Guardian of the gong of truth, hammered bronze and cryptic. But the kingdom has a problem, of which they were in the thicket. He'd stand there dramatic in a ceremonial fog. The gong rang clear against the tapping of clogs, the tapping, a clanking, a popping. What the frick is that? Damn bird's got rockets. Midnight plumage, posture strong, spirit willing, femurs wrong. You can intimidate with a baritone song, but bone density doesn't play along. Rickets, rickets, bendy little bird with a brittle little limits. Rickets, rickets, the guardian of the gong, valiant and stoic, but his skeleton's deeply calcium phobic.
It's like a mix of some of the other songs you've made. I love it.
He said, this is fixable, I'm a bird of solutions. Wrap both legs in clear tape like a hardware revolution. Layer after layer, glossy plastic,
So
prosthetics.
he fastened himself to the god. I love it.
Stood up proud, said structure restored. Wind blew once, collapsed like a board. IKEA shelf with existential doubt. Tape can't negotiate osteoporosis. Cloud rigidity purchase style 14. Confidence allowed. Tibias lean. You can mummify a crow till he looks ceramic. The bone still whispers systemic. Rickets, rickets, bendy little bird with a brittle little limits. Rickets, rickets, the guardian of the gong, valiant and stoic, but his skeleton's deeply calcium phobic.
We need to start doing music videos to this. Just loads of different close-ups of Tobias, like, oh, it'd be so funny.
Twice the devotion. Tobias whispered, this will hold me together. Bones may crumble, but he stood tall, tarred and feathered. He poured it slow, both legs encased, stuck like a statue, bizarrely laced. Tempo in view, he didn't sway. Epoxy cured, he was here to stay. A crow passed by and gave a judgmental stare. Look at that raven, he'll never catch air. 3 days later, Tobias still proud, a rigid, absurd, and hardly rickets, rickets, bendy little bird with a brittle little limits. Rickets, rickets, the guardian of the gong, valiant and stoic, but his skeleton's deeply calcium phobic.
Chicken! Yes, there is a chicken. A beautiful chicken. A fine chicken. Is that you, Snowy? Man, that song slaps. Ah, domo! Domo? Welcome to Painting Snowy Summer. Guys, this one's called Everything.
across the sky.
And GMTV was born. Goo Music Television. I love it.
That's sex.
Everybody say hi to Snowy. She's the one that made Nitno.
That's sex. Tears falling on a quiet street. That's sex. A storm breaking over the mountains. That's sex. The hush after lightning strikes. That's sex. An island meeting the ocean. That's sex. Wind pulling seeds across the earth. That's sex.
Everything is sex. Excellent.
We are the tide and the moon. The inhale and the exhale. Pull apart, drawing together. A dance.
Oh, that's hilarious. Hold on, I want to start this again because I didn't know what it was going to be about. So this it's just called Everything. That's hilarious. Everything is sex. Oh, I'm right. Everything is, in a sense, sex. Oh my god. The lyrics to this are hilarious. These songs are fucking hilarious.
Sunrise spilling gold across the sky. That's sex. Thunder ripping through the clouds.
That's sex.
Laughter echoing in a crowded room.
That's sex.
Tears falling on a quiet street. That's sex. A storm breaking over the mountains. That's sex. The hush after lightning strikes.
Oh, this is hilarious.
That's sex. An island meeting the ocean. That's sex. Wind pulling seeds across the earth. That's sex. We are the tide and the moon. The inhale and the exhale. Pull apart, drawing together. A dance of shadow and light. The giving and the taking. The force that bends and breaks. And still returns to itself. Ever balancing, never alive. That's sex.
I'm gonna need to do the cable in a different color because there's too much grey here.
Slow rising, slow warm and alive. That's sex. Seed pushing up while roots dig deep. That's sex. Fire licking the edges of a wooden floor. That's sex. Water softening stone over centuries. That's sex. Heart beating rhythm with the music. That's sex. Sky leaning down on the land. That's sex. The push and pull of lovers in the night. That's sex. The ache of missing someone gone. That's sex. We are the rise and the fall. The shadow that meets the sun. Tension.
Me wondering what pop songs are about. Yeah. Everything is fucking sex. Very true. A sip of my brown sake.
Force both gentle and wild. That's sex.
That is fucking hilarious. The two of them are absolute bangers. Like, sip of brown sake. That's sex. Yes, my mouth is being penetrated by a brown liquid, and that sounded disgusting, but colored like shit. In case you haven't already noticed, Snowy like it has pretty much the exact same sense of humor as most of the people on this stream. I want to play Crow of Judgment. It was hilarious. Crow of Judgment. Oh man. Just the idea of Tobias having rickets and like the idea that Tobias actually fastened himself to the gong is so funny to me. Like, oh fucking hell. We're getting there. It think it's behind you. What's behind me? The chicken? Of course it's behind me. It's where it belongs. On the stream. In front of everyone. We called him Nitnug. Oh, the Crow of Judgment. No, like, that's Tobias Beakus Crows, cousin of the Crow of Judgment. Distant cousin. The Crow of Judgment isn't a creation of mine. It's just a hilarious meme. GIF, meme, same thing. If you've never seen it before, or you're wondering what it is, just type in Crow of Judgment in like a GIF search thing or whatever. Like, so funny. It's one of my favorite things. Yeah, Tobias Beakus Crows is the keeper of the gong. The tiny gong with the mighty song. Or the tiny dong with the mighty song. We called it a dong instead of a gong because it's so small. Ah, yes, the crow of judgment. I know thee well. We'll put one over here, maybe two, I don't know, and then a smaller one here. And then I might try and put more of them like coming forward. We'll encourage this one to dry a little. Why use a hairdryer when you can use one of these? It's beautiful. What's this one? Yeah, intolerance. I like right before I left the community thing like a while ago. I was telling Wendy and Alan and all about this song, Intolerance, and I was like, one of the lads made a song about lactose intolerance. It's like the funniest thing I've heard in a while. I fucking love this. It's so funny. Okay, let me see.
I planned tonight, I booked the place. Candles lit a perfect space. Menu thick with cheese and cream. Living out my dairy dream. She smiled sweet, then cleared her throat. Said, milk and meat don't really cope. I froze up mid-mozzarella white, like I just heard a crime tonight. No warning label, no disclaimer sign. This feels like treason at dinner time. I wish you told me before the day that you goddamn tolerate. A little milk, a little weight, no worldviews blown away. I stood up tall, flipped my place, said sorry girl, weak bloodline. You ordered water, I ordered shame. This lactose bombshell changed the game. Generations lost to breed. What does this say about you and me? I asked the waiter for a bill. My disappointment fully distilled. I pointed at the cheese fondue. Said this was the bill for you. I wish you told me before the day that dairy steals your fate. No ways I'm strong. No
Sayonara, Snowy Summer. Domo arigato for attending Paintingu.
I'll roam the land, seeking fortified digestion. A woman unafraid of ice cream or consequences. She rolled her eyes, said, "Are you real?" I said, "This pain is visceral. No cheese tax, no regret. But lies like that I don't forget. No milk, no trust. My stomach's dry. Your stomach dust. You rue the day you hid the truth of calcium betrayal. I chase a woman who can finish a milkshake.
Oh, fuck me, that's funny.
A plan.
Oh, that's fucking funny. Some choose love, some choose fate. I choose a woman who can finish a milkshake. Oh man, this is fucking hilarious. Right, what are we going with now? Oh fuck. I think didn't I get like where did we get to in the oh no, I was in the other one. I was in the character one. That's what it was in. I don't think we finished the character one, did we? Because we were like we started off with Blobstein and then I can't remember how far we got before I just started like ranting about shit again. Ugh. Oh my god, Dentalox. Forgot about that one. Banashed. Well, I'll start here. I think we were out. Yeah, well, it's this and then Banashed, I think. This could totally be the start of like the intro music to like a Painting Goo anime. Like, it's got that energy. Like,
a guardian proud and true. Struck down for deeds, the king withdrew.
Oh.
Now bound to earth in dust and rain. A demigod forged in loss and pain. Wishing fair, walk steady, brave. Counting past each mortal grave. Champion warriors guard the way. Through twilight storms of night and day. Stands the mountain breeze. Tobias watches the trembling trees. The monkey leaps ahead, mapping paths where legends bled. The laughter lifts the painter's hand as visions bloom across the land. Brush dipped in secrets heaven knew. Stroke by stroke the prophecy grew. Each swelling arc of vow renewed. Defender redeems what he once eschewed. He pays the coup to rise once more, to break the chains of fate and lore.
Oh, excuse me.
Begin to shake as the monkey king starts to wake. Thunder whispers through the sky. Earn your wings or fall and die. Defender lifts his glowing brush. Sworn to rise from ruin's crush. Hack, back, go, let it go. Hack, back, go, let it go. Hack, back, go, let it go.
Pain, pain, through pain and go.
Hack, back, go, let it go. Hack, back, go, let it go. The fire, back, go, let it go.
Pain, pain, through pain and go.
twist and soar, a gateway cracking into lore. Echoing cries from realms above, chord of loss and love.
Oh, fuck it. Oh, is this that you don't know someone until you sell them?
Sits high on his golden throne with a 30 heart.
You don't truly know someone until you sell them to a foreigner.
He trades in flesh to
Oh,
make
fuck.
his life complete. Lanterns glowing gilded cages.
You do not truly know someone until you sell them to a foreigner. Oh, it's one of my favorite things. Yeah, you do not know the value.
Someone until they're sold to a foreigner. He laughs.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
On his throne of bones, he sits so white you never see his feet until the end of time.
You do not truly know the value of someone until you sell them to a foreigner. It's like
Farmers toil for rice they'll never taste.
you can have a fucking you can have a scene with Emperor No Si Wang where like he has someone who's like obviously very loyal and very capable and all like, but like a foreign barbarian or so. It's like making a female, you know, and they're like really beautiful. She's like really intelligent, really useful, really loyal, and like he sells her to a foreign barbarian, and the barbarian's like, you know, I'll give you like 10 carriages of gold for this concubine you have here. Like, you know what I mean? It's like 10 carriages, take her. You know, like, and then, like, literally, like, the end, later that day, he's like stroking his little goatee or something. He's like, that concubine was very valuable. Like, it's like a whole Troy situation where he goes to war with the barbarian village or horde or whatever to like get her back. And the barbarian warlord is like, I bought her off you fair and square. Like, what's the fucking issue? Like, I say, you do not truly know the value of someone until you sell them to foreigner. Like, that's, like, oh fuck, that would be brilliant.
Goes wide in his gluttonous haste. The goose ain't
More like golden wheat.
his young in heartstrings strong.
Oh fuck.
And numb. Who wails a mournful tune? The emperor hides in his fat mushroom. Do not know the value of someone till they're sold to a foreigner. He eats his sorrow, he swallows shame. No Si Wang's empire is a paper flame.
hurry up or God gone missing. Milo, my monkey, he handles the schemes. While I'm mixing red with gold, chasing my dreams. I don't talk to the stars, they can cut me loose. Now I'm back with the motor, rocking no bamboo. Back with the motor, yeah, they call me insane. But my colors paint legends from the drops of my pain. Milo in the shadow, granny inks and grain. Back with the motor, never bound by the chain. With the motor, yeah, they call me insane. But my colors paint legends from the drops of my pain. Milo in the shadow, granny inks and grain. Back with the motor, never bound by the chain. I built my castle with ink and fire. A gallery of chaos where the gods conspire. They watch from the heavens, but they won't intervene. My lows got my back like a shadow unseen. We smuggle the truth in a brushstroke or two. We spot what they hide, and we make it look new. Vanish but laughing. I play the long game while the world by my heart and forgets my name. I was divine, now I'm grime in disguise. But even in dirt, the lotus will ride. Back with the mortals, yeah, they call me insane. But my colors paint legends from the drops of my pain. All I want is shadow, grinding inks and grain. Back with the mortals, never bound by the chain. With the mortals, yeah, they call me insane. But my colors paint legends from the drops of my pain. All I want is shadow, grinding inks and grain. Back with the mortals, never bound by the chain. Back with the mortals. Back with the mortals. Back with the mortals. Defender, rule, brushstroke, deity. Got tossed from the clouds, now they say I'm demigod status in one location. Full God everywhere else in creation. Holding that me up like your pain is a storm. So I whip up thunder just to keep the hearts warm. As God feasts, need pouring from my palate. My canvas is wild, even though it can't balance. But deep in my heart, man, I'm missing that palace. Those J gates hitting different, bro, that's a real challenge. Other heaven's cool, but I'm stuck reminiscing about the place where mortals used to yell if I'm missing. Ain't nothing like Chinese heaven. They kick me out, but I still keep stepping. Valhalla show loves, I say I'm legend. Of the realms treat me like a king, no question. But it ain't, no, it ain't. Nothing like Chinese heaven. But it ain't, no, it ain't. Nothing like Chinese heaven. In Zion, I part seas like it's watercolor waves. Move mountains with a doodle. Angels asking for my saves. Even saw the call me star. Stretch sensei. I rearrange galaxies like, nah, this way. But back in the east, man, they petty with rules. One spilled ink pot and they act like I'm a fool. Set up a cosmic balance, bro, that ain't even true. The monkey king slipped and blamed it on my goo. I ain't bitter though.
Slipped and blamed it on my goo.
They kick me out, but I still keep stepping. Valhalla show loves, I say I'm a legend. Of the realms treat me like a king, no question. But it ain't, no, it ain't. Nothing like Chinese heaven. But it ain't, no, it ain't. Nothing like Chinese heaven. I could paint new worlds, but I can't paint that throne. Every universe I make still leaves me alone. I can call down storms, make the planets do a roll, but I can't recreate that celestial scroll. And I miss that place, like a second home. Every other realm can't beat that throne. I can give voice to a raven, make Milo play the keys, but can't return to that place, cause that damn monkey. So I'm working on a masterpiece.
Because of that damn monkey. The fucking Monkey King!
Pull up to the gate like, remember me, brethren. Shown Valhalla's cosign and Zion's blessings. Maybe then they'll say, child, you learned your lesson. And welcome me back to the realm I'm missing.
Ain't nothing like Chinese heaven.
Other realms cool, but they still ain't stepping. Can't go anywhere else but this Japanitis.
Chinese heaven.
Ain't no place, no plane.
Nothing like Chinese heaven.
20 minutes into the past. Intolerance sounds great at 1.25 times the speed. Oh, that's hilarious.
Have you eaten a meal as of late? Hunted down an ibex, suffocated it, and promptly eaten it ass first? You need Dentalox. Side effects include bizarre sleep behavior, sleep eating, driving while asleep, strange bodily functions, blue or black urine, sudden hair growth, or loss, or even movie like amnesia. These can be serious or deadly, or help the Lord planned if you're looking for that 8 out of 10.
Blue or black urine?
4 out of 5 doctors agree. All hail
Mighty
mighty
body.
body.
Blue or black urine? I need to hear that again. Dentalox is hilarious. It's one of my favorite things.
Have you eaten a meal as of late? Hunted down an ibex, suffocated it, and promptly eaten it
Ass first.
You need Dentalox. Side effects include bizarre sleep behavior, sleep eating, driving while asleep, strange bodily functions, blue or black urine, sudden hair growth, or loss, or even movie like amnesia. These can be serious or deadly, or help the Lord planned if you're looking for that 8 out of 10. Dentalox. 4 out of 5 doctors agree. All hail mighty body.
There's a man at Curtis Stowe here. Oh, Damo's here? No way. What's the crack, Damo? Oh, wait, you said Curtis Stone. There's a man... There's a man at Curtis Stone in there? Oh, like a dig. There's a dig at Curtis Stone in the song.
Have you eaten a meal as of late? Hunted down an ibex, suffocated it, and promptly eaten it ass first? You need Dentalox. Side effects include bizarre sleep behavior, sleep eating, driving while asleep, strange bodily functions, blue or black urine, sudden hair growth, or loss, or even movie like amnesia. These can be serious or deadly, or help the Lord planned if you're looking for that 8 out of 10. Dentalox. 4 out of 5.
Planned if you're looking for an 8 out of 10. Oh, that's fucking... If you're looking for an 8 out of 10, oh man. Yeah, like I didn't even cop that, like... Yeah, my mate Damo, his second name is Curtis. For a second there, I thought one of the lurkers in the stream was me mate Damo. That's hilarious. I go take a piss and be back in a minute. I must train my dragon. Ugh.
tastes like rust and regret. Another root's one to suffer on. Walls are closing. Break days of yesterday. Crawl from dreams until judgment. Monday comes the blow from within. Kneeling before the hour. Sweep the floor. This day has come to claim its due, and it will take so much more. So, on your name. Like a father stands accused.
OD on Dentalux.
Cast down and broken.
What would that even like? What would that even look like? If you OD'd on Dentalux.
Shattered trust undone.
Just like piss yourself and it's a load of blue fluid or some shit, and then like
Wrath will not subside.
all your hair falls out, and your 8 out of 10 misses just like leaves. Like, Monday.
Hear the traitor fall.
What a... Right, it is time for today's phrase of the day. Phraser of Deu. Let me see. Right, with the help of my feathery friend, Tobias Beakus Cross, I shall announce today's phrase of the day. With a ding of my tiny donga, with a mighty songa, I send cleansing vibrations through the interwebs to cleanse you filthy mortars of your dirty, filthy chi, and allow it to flow freely. As we announce today's phraser of the day. The greatest psyop isn't convincing the world it's so over, but rejecting that we are so back. Hold on, I need to read that again. The greatest psyop isn't convincing the world it's so over, but rejecting that we are so back. I suppose, yeah. Yeah, I've often thought like similar shit to that, where like, oh, excuse me. Like if you get to the stage where you're like, okay, everything they've said is a lie. But like I've thought this about the fluoride in the water, right? Where it gets out and disseminates into the it begins to disseminate into the mainstream zeitgeist and lexicon that fluoride in water bad. So what does that actually do? Well, it makes bottled water sales go up. And is like, you know, and what is, do you know, like that's where I look at things, or I try to look at things like in those moments where it's very similar to what Owen said about the whole like was COVID just because toilet paper companies wanted to like increase sales or something like that because he meant the people that bought toilet roll during COVID and shit. Like, um, I think about that sometimes where I'm like, is the whole fluoride in the water thing a psyop to get people to stop drinking tap water because tap water is like free. You could just have a glass of water in your house. You could just drink the tap water. Um, because they want bottled water sales to go up. But having said that, depending on where you live, you wouldn't want to drink the tap water because there's many places where their tap water is like, for lack of a better term, toxic or poisonous to varying degrees. Um, but you could also find a midway point of like if you just like say every day, when you got up, one of the things you did every day was you filled up like the biggest pot that you have in your house, and or even just use the kettle. Like, do you know what I mean? Like if you boiled a lot of water at the start, like every morning, and then placed it into containers, say like a glass container, so there wasn't like any risk of plastic, and maybe like a copper container or something, like, if you boiled water and then allowed it to cool, and then added back in a certain amount of magnesium, salt, uh, calcium, some kind of like citrus, or like maybe even what would be something ionizing. I don't know. I don't necessarily know what I'm talking about when it comes to the more scientific uh, terms and the chemical makeup of what would consist of like healthy mineral water. But then what's mineral water versus spring water? Because people say that spring water is like the best thing for you, but would not have minerals in it. Because if it's from a natural spring, then it would have a ton of minerals in it, And that's when you get into the whole like advertising and labeling shit and all, like, because like I've heard that one of the ways that McDonald's gets away with the whole made from 100% Irish beef is 100% Irish beef is like a brand. It's not actually 100% Irish beef. It's just like a corpo title that somebody bought called 100% Irish beef. Like, and I don't know if that's true. Like, it's just that's why like when it comes to all of this truth stuff in quotes, like the truther shit, like, and the conspiracy shit and all, like, I and to a lot of people this would probably seem retarded, but like to me it doesn't, because of the same way that, like, truth is a frequency that you can feel or hear, like you can not, maybe not necessarily truth, but like the same way that like your average person can tell the difference between good and bad in quotes. You can tell when someone is like being truth honest or deceptive. So that's why it's so important to just develop that internal compass of discernment, where anytime you come across any of these things, you're like, I don't know. I mean, there's something about that just doesn't feel right. And then time passes, and then it usually ends up being like, oh, right, like that, it just came out that blah, 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 you know, like painkillers and ibuprofen and shit. Like, like years ago, it was like, um, is it really a good idea to just like every time you experience pain to just take a painkiller? Because are you not like training your nervous system to be like, oh, anytime I feel pain, um, like shortly after I start feeling pain, whatever that pain is, something is going to be put in the bloodstream that offsets the pain, or like, and like, how do painkillers work? They like inhibit your pain receptors, or do they like, like how do they get rid of the pain in quotes? So it's like pain isn't bad. Pain is a teacher. You know, pain is a teacher. So like the whole idea of painkillers is one of those things where it's like I don't think like because you have people who get like of all walks of life, everything from like former military dudes to like just like plumbers, um, who get addicted to painkillers because of various things, whether it be back pain or uh, like I thought about that a lot when I had my nerve pain I had mandible nerve pain in my jaw because one of my wisdom teeth had like gotten so rotted away and infected and shit that it was starting to set off my mandible nerve that runs like the whole length of your jaw. And even though I was taking stuff like was it like a mix of ibuprofen and codeine. And at one stage after because they give you a lot of painkillers when you get out of surgery, I still had some tramadol sitting there, and that's like fucking like it's like low tier morphine. Like you take a few of them, you're not gonna feel a fucking thing for like the whole day. Um, and I was concerned about that. I was like I don't like the last thing I want is to get addicted to this shit. Like it's just one of those things where like you know you should probably like the best thing to do would be to look up. Well, not the best thing. What one thing you could do would be to do the research in the area that you live in and gauge through research and experimentation like is the tap water in your house safe to drink, because it very well could have like cleaning agents and all of these things in it, but the reality could very well be that it's so minute in its content that it's negligible. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you come across terms like that in like those medical terms where it's like you don't really have to worry about X, Y, and Z because it's like it's a negligible amount, like because you look at things like apparently there's arsenic in rice, but it's like such a low degree of like it's not going to kill you, you know. Like there's all the people in Asia that like consume a shit ton of rice, and the Asians like live on average longer than the rest of the fucking realm. So that doesn't correlate. If they're eating all this fucking rice, then why aren't they dying in their 40s and 30s and shit? When in fact they're living to like 70, 80, 90. And they have like great skin and they look good and all this fucking shit. Like, should be like, because I heard that recently. I remember saying this like maybe a week or two or 3 years ago or something. It was like there was a woman who came into the community center. She was like, "Oh, I don't eat rice because of the arsenic," and the little voice in my head just went, "Retard!" like, I didn't say anything. I didn't want to like make it a big deal or offend her. Like, it doesn't affect me. Like, but I nearly laughed out loud. I was like, "What the? That makes no sense!" Like from my perspective, like maybe my logic is flawed. Maybe I'm ignorant to the facts. I don't know. But like as it stands, I just thought it was one of the most fucking retarded things I've ever heard in my life. Like, oh, I don't eat rice because of the arsenic. Like, it's like so what? Like, like, and again, that's one of those things where it's like that's probably put out there, where it's like, oh, you shouldn't eat rice because it contains arsenic. But if you just pay attention to reality, all of these people eat rice and they've been eating rice for like it's a staple food source for like how fucking long. And the people who have that as a staple, like as a day-to-day part of their diet, typically live like way longer lives. Like, you have the black people in America that are like consuming a shitload of like sugar and all this like junk food and stuff like out of America, and like they're big into their sugar, and like they suffer from diabetes more than the white people would, like and it's like it's so funny, like, and then you get into the whole thing of like genetic differences and stuff, like black people get sickle cell anemia, white people don't, like, so it's like there's just so many blatantly obvious differences between all these regions and fucking groups and races and genetic lines and bloodlines and all this shit. Like, it's so funny to me how shit, like something as simple like that, like you could extrapolate that out and out and out, like just being like, okay, well, there's fluoride in the tap water. Well, what does fluoride do? It's like, oh, it lowers your IQ, it calcifies your pineal gland. Do you know what I mean? It's how does it do that? Like, has that even been proven? Like, do you know what I mean? And again, like, how would you know if it's been proven? Because all like the modern science community is so corrupted with like this peer-reviewed nonsense bullshit, where it's like all of the scientists in a given uh, category have to all agree with the information for it to be passed on and shit. Like, so it's like, so modern science is a religion, and then you have all the actual religions. So like, you just have it's not a conspiracy, it's a reality that there is a vast web of deception that we find ourselves subjected to, at least for the past 300 odd years. Like, ever since everybody started moving into cities and cities got bigger, and then you have the printing press and the dissemination of information and propaganda and all this shit, and now we find ourselves in a situation where we have the internet and phones and all this data moving around the realm all the fucking time. And that's what, like, I remember when Owen said, it's like, I like the Freemasons and some secret society. Like, what if, like, some things should be kept secret, and I completely agree with that, because if, like, it's that whole thing of like, oh shit, we can't let this like be freely available, because on the one hand, you'll have a lot of people who'll go, oh, that's an interesting bit of data, and that's very applicable and very useful. And then they'll go do something great with it. But then you have the other wicked, lazy, fucking horrible people who'll be like, oh, I can do a lot of damage with this. Like, so it's like guns, it's like AI, it's like all this shit. Like, every time there is a tool or a bit of knowledge, that is made widely available for free, especially when it's for free. It doesn't cost you anything to interact with this new tool. Like, to me, it's like, it's fascinating how you get both things. You get like the good and the bad. You get the fucking you get the productive and the destructive. I just find that so fascinating. Like, my favorite conspiracy is that everything will be all right. Well, yeah, not everything that will be all right. Everything is all right. Like that, and I completely agree with that. Like, I'm like, despite the days where I'm quite like frustrated and angry and pessimistic, and, well, not even pessimistic. I don't think I'm ever like pessimistic. I'm like, I get depressed. I get frustrated. I get apathetic. I don't get pessimistic. I get apathetic. I get to a point where I'm just like, yeah, don't care anymore. Kill them all. Like, because there is like a murderous, like, genocidal part of me. Maybe I have a little bit of Jew in me or something. I don't fucking know. Maybe it's the Giants' blood. But like, I do get to a point where if I'm dealing with stupidity and nonsense, too much, I need to just disconnect, because if I don't disconnect, I'll burn it all down. Just to be able to have that like peace and quiet. And I think that is a white person thing. Like, do you know what I mean? Because like that Instagram video that I seen there the other day, it was like so funny, and it's so true. Where like, white people are totally chill farmers, like beautiful communities, like esoteric knowledge, all this shit. Like, white people are like so fucking chill. And then multiple times throughout history, they get encroached upon by other genetic lines or groups or religions or these like or like just factions of humans. And then time goes on and things get worse for the whites and worse for the whites and worse for the whites and worse for the whites. And then you get something like the fucking Crusades or World War II or any, like, there's just been like recorded in history just these times where it's like, right, I'm done, fuck all of you, and we just go across the whole realm, butcher everything, and then go, right, we good, right. we just relax, like. It's like, and like I'd say that's why where those sayings come from, where it's like, beware of the man who just wants to be left alone. Do you know what I mean? Like these types that want to like break into your house and steal something, like the the types of humans that want to fuck with other humans for their own gain, or for just like, because they're addicted to like chaos or something, like, but they're like, they're mischievous and demonic or something. They get off on it. Like their nervous system likes, their consciousness likes fear in other people, terror in other people, and them being the source of it. Like, do you know what I mean? And like I do get that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we've all watched movies or played video games where like part of you is thinking of like, oh, it'd be really cool to be the bad guy one time, you know? And like then you get into the whole fucking consciousness of God and stuff like that. It's like we're all like the ocean becomes the drop becomes the ocean thing, where it's like, as far as I'm concerned, I think that's how it works. Is like we are all essentially a fragment of God that has broken off, um, and is trying to experience as much as possible from as many perspectives as possible, so that it can return to source with the data and be like, oh, okay. Because like if God, like even if God is uh ubiquitous and ever present and like, all knowing and all this shit, it has no individuation then. It's the opposite of an individual. It is a like all-encompassing force that permeates all time, space. It's beyond time and space. Like it's just the meta consciousness. But for a meta consciousness to, like, if it's going to control anything, if it's going to design anything, if it's going to, like, how does a meta consciousness propagate? You know, like how does it, like, does it need another? Is that how a meta consciousness propagates? Is it needs an individual consciousness? Like, because it, like, you got man, woman, like they're the same. They're both human, but they're the polar opposite, and they fit together and they create another human. So what if a meta consciousness needs an individual consciousness to bounce off of to become more meta consciousness? Like that would make sense to me. Where it's like, do you ever see them? Stars that turn into balls? It's like a series of joints. Like they're usually made out of plastic. It's like a toy for kids, where like it starts off as a star and then it goes into a globe and it becomes a star and then it becomes a globe. Like, what if that's the whole we're Stardust thing, where it's like you have the globe, which is like a meta consciousness. It is this all encompassing sphere, the bubble of meta consciousness, and it has to go, it has to like implode on itself and become singular, to then experience what it created from the inside. You know, like the painter paints a creation within the creation and then transports its consciousness into the creation within the creation to experience the creation from within the creation. And it's like that makes total sense to me. Because if you were from the perspective of like, I am everything and nothing at the same time, and I am the alpha and the omega, you'd eventually get to the point where you're like, okay, how do I become more of this? How do I become more alpha and omega? How do I become, like, and maybe I'm wrong, like maybe, like, maybe I'm too retarded to like understand it at that level, where they're like, but then it becomes a question of like definitions and descriptors, where it's like, well, actually a meta consciousness wouldn't desire anything. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, like, just because a consciousness is not individualistic and it is vast and it's connected to everything, like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Because like, obviously, if it's the meta consciousness, i.e. God, that created the creation, obviously it desires something on some level, you know. But anyway, that was random tangent rant. I didn't even do the Polak joke. The phrases tend to like trigger my rants now. Like, I've noticed that where like I'll go to do the phrase and I'll say the phrase and I'll be like, and then I'll like get triggered into a rant. Like, my theory is that they put fluoride in the water to keep the dental industry complex thriving. Fluoride destroyed my gums for years until I came to my senses. Not one problem since I switched to charcoal. Trigger me timbers. Fuck it. Yeah, like the charcoal toothpaste seems to be very very effective. But I've heard that brushing your teeth, like regardless of what medium you use on the brush, I've heard that brushing your teeth slowly scratches away the enamel, which makes sense to me because it's like enamel is like similar to like a porous rock. It's like a mineral, you know. So if you were just like, you know, if you were rubbing it with like like I know toothbrushes can be quite abrasive, you know. It's weird, like that's what like I found great success in the coconut oil pulling and just rinsing with water or salt water. You know, you can just like what's it called, like swishing or whatever, like, you know, where you just like you just put some water in your mouth and you just like swish it around, but like with force. And like I remember fucking Narco Longo talking about that, where he was like, what's that, a dentist will use pressured water to clean your teeth. They have a little spray, high pressure spray, like a hydro little drilled. Well, it's not a hydro drill, but like it's high pressured water coming out of like something that has like an opening the size of a needle, like, you know, and it's just like, psss, and they use that to like spray debris and stuff off your teeth. Like, now obviously I know they use other utensils, like, you know, these little picks and stuff like that and all, like, but how funny is it that that's very similar to like in the wild, like, do you know what I mean? You can see hippos go and like a bird will like, there's animals that take parasites off other animals. What is it, like otters or mongoose or ferrets? I think it's ferrets, or I think it's ferrets or otters or something. No, yeah, I think it's ferrets. Will what a warthog will lie down and let ferrets, like a whole group of them, eat the ticks off it. You see that with sharks. Like you like every time you see sharks, you'll see other fish either swimming close to them to basically like get debris from the kill, but you'll also see other fish like attached to them, and they're like cleaning them. See the same stuff with whales. You see the same stuff with hippos and all. Like hippos will have like little birds, like pecking parasites and ticks and stuff off them. And as far I think they'll do the same thing on the inside of their mouth. Like I'm pretty sure I've seen. I could be wrong. Maybe it's like something I saw in a cartoon one time, but I could have sworn I seen it in an actual documentary where hippos will keep their mouth open while a bird like goes around and like picks stuff out of their teeth and all. Like it's stuff like that. Like that's why it's so dangerous to like look at the Australian cane toad situation where like the fucking government, well, not the government, but like as far as I know, it was a government-funded group of retards who thought it'd be a good idea to bring in foreign cane toads to like deal with like a farming issue. It's like all these bugs that were like destroying the farmers' crops. So they bring in the cane toads, but then it totally jacked the local ecosystem to such a degree that it's like they have like a plague of these fuckers now, because cane toads, when they're threatened, emit like they have these glands, and they'll like secrete a like white viscous fluid that has like a fucking neurotoxin in it or some shit. Like, you know, it's like really dangerous shit. Like they've been known to kill like all sorts of stuff because the toxin is so potent. Like, so like all of these ecosystems around the realm are like intricately, like, you don't get that from chaos. You just simply don't get that from chaos. There's no like chaos doesn't naturally order itself. That doesn't make any sense, because like true chaos is just like a fucking mess. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you might get over time some things that like start to order themselves, but I seriously don't think that's how it works at all. Like, because like the nature of chaos is not order. You have order and then you have chaos, just like black and white, up and down. How do you like? I suppose you can make the argument that like if life is circular, if this realm has a circular globe-like nature to it, then left, if you keep going left, you will become right. If you keep going right, you will become left. If you keep going up, you will become down. Like in a figurative sense, maybe. But like, as far as my cosmology goes, as far as I like the information that I have like gleaned from like multiple points of view, the whole snow globe thing seems to be the answer to me. Where like, because of the torus matrix and all this stuff with electromagnetic energy, I think there is a globe, but it's not like they've described, because it's the same thing over and over again, where it's like they need the truth to create the lie that actually works. So the reason why they called it the globe model is because, esoterically speaking, as far as like people like, you know, who have that access to that knowledge, they probably know that the firmament is probably a globe. And I know some people will be like, oh no, it's a dome. It's like, think about it, right? Like the whole way a rainbow works and shit. Like, when you see a bubble, you know, when you're blowing bubbles and light goes through the bubble and you get that like petrol color effect, like a rainbow, you can see light refracting off and there's all these different colors. What if we are contained in the cosmic, you know, dark fluid of whatever space is, right? If it is a bubble of like some kind of liquid glass or something, like whatever it is, like maybe it's like as above so below. What if it's like the waters of the sky, you know? It's like a really, 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 really dense form of water that encapsulates the entire realm. And that is what allows for what they call an atmosphere, right? But the realm itself is more or less level. Not flat, obviously, because like mountains and canyons and so on and so forth, but it's level. And then that would mean that just like there is an up, there is a down, that maybe there is portals around the realm to get to the upside down. Like, what if there is another realm beneath this realm, and there's a point of transference where like you're going between here and there, and you get that kind of like that point where there's like, it feels like there's no gravity because you're switching from one frequency to another, where it'd be like, you know, you're like that movie Journey to the Center of the Earth, where like there's this point where you're falling and falling and falling and falling and falling and falling, but you're going down, and then you eventually get to a point where it switches and you start going up, and it's like, and that makes sense to me. Like, do you know what I mean? Because if you do have a torus field and you do have a level plane and it's surrounded by this globular viscous fluid shit, and then that also makes sense that, like, you know, fucking, well, why are they always trying to like shoot rockets into the sky? And why didn't was it Nimrod or whatever, you like tried to build and reach God or whatever, and so he could like kill him or ask him questions. Hey you, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, That like that when I visualize that in my mind, that makes like so much more sense than a giant rock with lava in it and a metal core um flying through a vacuum at like, thousands of miles an hour or some shit like that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But when you think about what I just spoke about, that does make sense. That does make sense based on like, and think of the word like it makes sense. We have our five major senses, and that's like, Owen talks about this. Is like they have indoctrinated us into a belief system that goes against our God-given senses, our instincts and stuff. And that's why I always return to nature. That's why I always return to the mother and like the animal kingdom, because I'm like, if they're all acting on instinct or just like pre-programmed rules for the most part, because there's some of them that don't, like dolphins, chimpanzees, octopus, like they seem to have this like awareness. Elephants, that like there's like different degrees of awareness, like like dogs are conscious. Dogs have personalities, like same with cats, like and like it, but you can tell that like ants don't, because they just like respond to stimulus, and to a degree, I think it works the same way with plants. But part of me thinks that certain trees might actually be like individualistic and conscious, or maybe they get to a point where they are like that, and like with the really old big ones or whatever, like, and that could explain why they cut them all down. Like when they took down all the giant trees, they were like, we need to take out all of these giant trees because the giant trees are giving off frequency that like heals people and makes people grow bigger and stronger and all this. Like if there's like way more oxygen, like oxygen is the shit that we breathe in, like like it's the breath of life. And if the giant trees were giving off insanely high sources of the breath of life, and you were a demonic, satanic, like inverted force that hates humans, like forget humans. What if they just hate life? They're anti-life. So, like unless it's synthetic, because that's what they're creating. It's like, no, I don't want anything to be organic. I want it to be synthetic. So like that would make perfect sense. We're like, okay, well, what's one of the major sources of organic ability to propagate? Fuck it, let's take out all the big trees. You can't take them all out because like you can't destroy all trees, because you still need some trees. Because like then everything would die, So like whatever it is, whatever they are, or whatever, like they've limited they've limited the realm so that it's manageable. But like, why would the realm need to be manageable? Like you'd have to be a psychopathic entity obsessed with control in order to come from the perspective of like, oh well, I need to order this place, but it already is ordered. The birds and the bees and the trees and the tigers and the lions and the antelope and blah 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 blah. Like, even if everything was bigger and there was different shit, it is ordered. An eyeball, a feather, a wing, an appendage, like it is ordered. So it's not about order, it's about control. And control from a certain perspective. So it makes total sense to me that you'd have like some kind of psychopathic anti-life entity that is like a bit like, it's basically the culmination of the 7 deadly sins. It is lust, greed, pride, wrath, gluttony, envy. I always miss one. Lust, greed, pride, wrath, gluttony, envy. Pride. Did I? Which one did I miss? I always fucking. Anytime I got to list them all off, I always miss one or like repeat myself. But like that's what an entity, a consciousness like that would be the culmination of the seven deadly sins. It is sin. It is the love of sin, the embodiment of sin, the behavior of all seven working in tandem is just this like this coming together, confluence, amalgamation of all 7 points of anti-life. Like it's like what, the Antichrist or something, like I don't know, like. But it's weird how it's like, it's almost like so that makes sense in a demonic energy thing, because you're like the whole Nephilim and shit like that. It's like they're disembodied demonic spirits, so what they want is a body, but they want a body that's not human because they hate humans, but they need to use humans to create a body that suits their purposes. Like, it's fascinating shit, like fascinating shit. Oh fuck. Right. That was decent rant. Anyway. Trigger me timbers. What was I didn't read out the Ballas Polak joke. Why did the Polak cross the road? He was stuck in the chicken. That's just one of those ones that's so absurd, it's hilarious. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because he was stuck in the chicken. Why did he like try fucking the chicken and he got stuck? Like, what the fuck? That's just absurd. Oh Christ. Oh God. Right, where were we? I gotta start Monday again. It's a great tune.
Have you eaten a meal as of late?
Okay. You need Dentalox.
cast down and broken pride. Oath is shattered, trust undone. The master's wrath will not subside. Defender who speaks the law, still in every word he prays. The crown of error, mark of shame will be torn away by time. Now. Hear the traitor fall. Mikarafoni has let down his master Defenderu. For this disgraceful act, his afro shall be shaved
Oh, excuse me.
and endure eternal banishment.
Banishment.
Roskar. Winds of exile strip the soul bare. Names erased in frozen graves. Roskar calls with the hollow throat. Where Monday's never end and dream. Monday. Eternal unclean. Shame, shamed, unseen. Cast out, betrayed. Buried in.
Microphone hides in shame for his song. Michael, you're missing your song, dude. Ooh, what's this one? The way he should. Oh man, he's derp maxing lately. I love it. Oh, the villages will burn. Ooh. Gotta leave those typos in there just to keep people guessing. Banishment is just so funny to me.
The opponent's claw, let the edge of restraint deep grind down the hours of play. Who is God? Face run dry. Ritual will scream a hollow cry. No signs carved in sacred stone. Defend your own. As left us alone. Silence sharpens into rage. Faith corrodes inside the cage. Every breath tastes like decay. Patience dies another day. Let the go flow, or the torches rise. Hunger builds behind our eyes. Started in this war, or watch it turn. Guide us back, or villages burn. Altars crack beneath the strain. Prayers rot as sharpened tongues. Direction lost, the leash is cut. Instinct tells consumer erupt. The demigod denies the call. So we sharpen faith into war. No doctrine left to hold us down. Only fire beneath the crown. I've overdone it with red. There's something about green. Is it the Irish or is that just in my head? Layer on layer, flat brush or square, mix it and wet it, brand it and forget it. Layer on layer, flat brush or square, mix it and wet it, brand it and forget it. Master of craft, steady and still is more important than red or blue pills. On in on a trade, the world's a charade. Your purpose will charge the battery they crave. Layer on layer, flat brush or square, mix it and wet it, rent and forget it. Square peg, round all, the hard path, a lazy stroll, a dichotomy, a wood mill, a complaint, a good skill, the power to paint, the space we reside, 'cause fear is a state they want you to hide. Be your paintbrush, a hammer, or a steering wheel, a pitchfork, a cleaver, a keyboard, a sieve, or the needle you weave from heavy machinery to fresh coffee beans. Let the paint spill from your vessel to shine and to share, to grow and to prosper for community and air. Layer on layer,
Flat brush or square.
mix it and wet it, rent and forget it. Let the flow go, go. Gotta keep 'em fresh, gotta keep 'em wet. A clean, sharp, neat, slick, no mess, no fret. Get those bitches wet, got a palette clean. An orderly house keeps the goo fresh and lean. Gotta keep 'em fresh, gotta keep 'em wet. A clean, sharp, neat, slick, no mess, no fret. Get those bitches wet, got a palette clean. An orderly house keeps the goo fresh and lean.
Let me tell you a story of the tale long ago. Painting canvas in the heavens for my friend the Monkey King now fall. He asked for a mural so pure and true to show his elegance and grace to shine bright through and through. An image of the noble king, lotus position hovering over an ivory throne. Glowing white, pure, no omissions. A symbol of enlightenment, he's grown from throne. I rig my lifting gear, paint the mural just right. The sun hits it perfectly, a glowing masterpiece divine. I called the king near, he looked sober and pleased. He called for a counselor to come here and see.
Yeah, gotta keep 'em fresh, gotta keep 'em wet. A clean, sharp, neat, slick, no mess, no fret. Get those bitches wet, got a palette clean. An orderly house keeps the goo fresh and lean.
Here's where the story goes, sour indeed. A single pallet left atop the pillars high, like a powder keg sitting where the sunlight is sky. The crowd gathered round, anticipation high. The clock struck 3, the gong rang clear. The drapes pulled open and a breeze pushed near. The palace falls down.
The goo from the sky.
Revealed now was a holy image, green and red ink fell, mixing perfectly. Brown ink splattered between the king and the ivory seat. First there was silence, and then a gasp, and finally the whole crowd laughed. The king came round, a friend now foe, slipped or spilled goo, and banished me below.
So it's clear to me now.
grind every day at 3 GMT to keep my brushes wet and keep my space clean. Yeah, gotta keep 'em fresh, gotta keep 'em wet. A clean shop, new slip, no mess, no fret. Get those bitches wet, gotta palate clean. An orderly house keeps the glue fresh and lean. Gotta keep 'em fresh, gotta keep 'em wet. A clean shop, new slip, no mess, no fret. Get those bitches wet, gotta palate clean. An orderly house keeps the glue fresh and lean. Alright, let's just start messy tonight. Canvas blank under a soft blue light. I don't really know where this goes, but the colors answer. Slow and close. Yeah, that looks sweet, but I kinda like it. Another layer, don't overthink it. Trust the process, trust your hand. Happy accidents, understand. Just keep painting, we'll figure it out. Line by line, doubt fades out. In the end, it always makes sense when you let go of perfection. Chat rolls by like a quiet tide. Good catch, yeah, you're probably right. I'm gonna push the contrast more. Open up another door. Just keep painting, we'll figure it out. Color speaks louder than doubt. Doesn't have to be clean or done. It's the journey that makes it fun. Let me zoom in so you can see every flaw, every possibility. Sometimes you ruin it to make it work. That's how art learns first. I think I'll stop here for now. Save the floor, you'll take a bow. Tomorrow starts another run, still painting never done.
Right.
I hope you've enjoyed today's painting, Boo. I enjoyed painting for you. And fucking philosophizing and talking a load of shite. Oh! I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. If you haven't paid for painting, goo, pay for painting, goo. Or you have no honor, and your ancestors will shame you from the great beyond and turn in their grave and show you their ass and fart at you. I hope you've enjoyed today's painting, goo. I enjoyed painting for you. And fucking philosophizing and talking a load of shit. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. If you haven't paid for painting, goo, pay for painting, goo. Or you have no honor, and your ancestors will shame you from the great beyond and turn in their grave and show you their ass and fart at you. I hope you've enjoyed today's painting, goo. I enjoyed painting for you. And fucking philosophizing and talking.
Sayonara, my beloved Japonator. Remember, to pay for painting you.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
God bless. Be good.
If you haven't paid for
Be true. And be beautiful.
or you have no honor,
And I will see you soon.
your ancestors will shame you from the great beyond and turn in their grave and show you their ass and fart at you. I hope you've enjoyed today's painting, goo. I enjoyed painting